After that thrilling finale, we now have the valedictory ceremony. A very good afternoon to all our guests on and off the dais. On the dais, we have Honorable Justice V. Gopalagowda, Honorable Justice of the Supreme Court, who is also our chief guest for the day. Honorable Justice A.K. Banerjee, Judge, Calcutta High Court. Dr. Ruchi Tiwari, Joint Controller, Patent and Design, Mumbai. Advocate A. Mariyar Puttam, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India. Advocate Lata Krishnamurthy, Partner, Ram Jethmalani Chambers. Advocate Manish Surashtre, Partner, Krishna and Surashtre Associates. Advocate R. Muralidharan, Partner, Krishna and Surashtre, Bangalore. And Dr. Shashikala Gurpur, Director, Symbosis Law School, Pune.
Esteemed dignitaries and participants, faculty members and students, Symbosis Law School, Pune warmly welcomes you to the valedictory ceremony of the 6th Symbosis B. Krishna Memorial National IPR Moot Court Competition. From its modest foundation to the international entity it is today, Symbosis Law School, Pune has always been the pioneer in promoting a holistic education culture. Students here are not only taught to excel academically, but also encouraged to develop an array of skills through exposure to a plethora of extracurricular activities. This is solely through the initiative of our founder, Padma Bhushan Dr. S.B. Majumdar sir, and sustained by the top management of Symbosis.
If great advocacy be the hallmark of the legal fraternity, then surely mooting activities in college are the means to polish and perfect the same. Moot court competitions not only simulate real legal problems, but also provide students an opportunity to perfect and polish their skills. Symbosis Law School, Pune, under the guidance of Dr. Shashikala Gurpur, has always instilled a passion for mooting in students. We now request Dr. Shashikala Gurpur, Director, Symbosis Law School, Pune, and Dean, Faculty of Law, Symbosis International University, to kindly give the welcome address.
Honorable Justice Gopal Gowda of the Supreme Court of India, Justice Banerjee, other dignitaries on the dais, and friends and faculty, students of the dais. A very warm welcome to each and every one of you. We have witnessed a great battle for title in this moot, which is the second moot that we conduct in an academic year. We are very happy to welcome each and every one of you to this session where we declare the winners. A couple of days ago in the evening, the competition was inaugurated. Reportedly, there has been a good quality participation from across the country. And today in the finals, although I missed part of it as the opportunity to witness it, I'm sure you would have seen a good quality argument coming in. Of course, it is a technology-related topic, it's a intellectual property-related topic, innovation-related topic. It wouldn't have so much of emotional issues coming in as it would be in case of a constitutional or criminal law problem. Nonetheless, the skills are put to test. I'm sure that when the winners are declared a little while later, there's going to be great surprises emerging. What we see is that just like in main examination performances, we are seeing a lot of small town people faring well. We see such surprising results coming from the recent law school which have emerged in the landscape of legal education in India. This kind of a theme for mooting also reveals that law has to increasingly become interdisciplinary. It has been the development elsewhere in the world. With the increasing nature of interdisciplinary approach to knowledge, not the isolation. We had this earlier, then with the 5-year law course, we tried to give a healthy dose of interdisciplinary approach. Today, the need is emerging for a stronger, specialized approach to law. So some of the result today could make it very clear as we see the finalists who have come to this competition, who have arrived at the end of this competition. As I welcome you, I would also extend this welcome on behalf of the top management. I at least hoped that Dr. Vidya or Dr. Majumdar would be here, even though they are very much under pressure for time. But in the last minute, somehow the program went otherwise. Nonetheless, in their absence, it's my pleasure to extend each and every one a very warm welcome, and also to wish that our endeavor for excellence will scale further heights. I personally express my indebtedness to Justice Gopal Gowda and to Justice Banerjee for being with us despite their hectic schedules. And you know how judicial officers are pressurized in this country, that too those of top quality that we have been the privilege of having on the final panel, and other dignitaries who have been with us, just like Advocate Mariyar who holds a position in the Sikkim state as Advocate General. We also have Lata Krishnamurthy, who is part of a very busy law office in the country. And we have none other than Dr. Ruchi Tiwari, who is with us despite the kind of hectic schedule that she manages. A very warm welcome to all of you, to our partner and collaborator, Advocate Manish Saurashtri and Advocate Murlidhar. Warm welcome to each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request Dr. Gurpur to kindly felicitate our chief guest, Justice V. Gopalagowda, sir. I also request ma'am to felicitate Dr. Banerjee, sir. My apologies, Justice Banerjee, sir, from Calcutta High Court. Sir is the senior most pune judge from Calcutta High Court. May I also request ma'am to felicitate Advocate Lata Krishnamurthy, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request Advocate Manish Saurashtri, sir, to kindly felicitate Dr. Tiwari. I also request Advocate Manish Saurashtri, sir, to felicitate Advocate Mariyar Puttam.
Thank you, sir. I again request Dr. Gurpur to kindly felicitate Mr. Saurashtri, sir. And ma'am, I also request you to kindly felicitate Advocate Murlidharan, sir. Advocate Murlidharan, sir, ma'am, kindly felicitate Murlidharan, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Ruchi Tiwari has done her postgraduation in chemistry and PhD in excess thermodynamic functions of non-electrolytes. She joined the Patent Office in the year 1984 as Examiner of Patents and Designs and was promoted as Assistant Controller and Deputy Controller. Madam today is the Joint Controller of Patents and Designs at Mumbai. She has participated in various national and international training programs and seminars on intellectual property law. I request ma'am to kindly address the gathering. Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure to be here and witness the proceedings which took place. And the main thing that I have seen is the importance given to patents. Since, as you have seen, that I joined in 1984, at that time, what I witnessed was that hardly anybody knew the name of patents. Whereas today I find that patents as well as IPRs has become talk of the day. It was very nice to see young people argue in such a confident manner and take interest in this field. Patents as such is a growing field today and has to still go a long way to take its place in India, especially in India. The filing of patents by the Indians is very low today also. The reason being maybe not the institutes are not able to put in the work, research work, or they are not able to convert their work into patents. Patents as such are required to get commercial benefit out of research work, which can be done with the help of the lawyers. Further, what I find is that till now, people have been suspicious of the patenting system. Patents as such create a little prejudice, what I feel, as if granting a patent will somehow compromise the benefit of the public. This thinking, I think, should change. Because when we deal in patents, we should also think of the effort which is put in doing the research, which otherwise nobody will be interested in doing, because copying something is very easy. So to get out of the copying culture, we should emphasize on getting the IPRs, especially the patents. Of course, trademarks has been very popular from the beginning, but patents has not been so popular. But after witnessing the interest which has been shown here today, I hope that these things will change very fast, and I congratulate the young participants who have shown their confidence in appearing before the court. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Advocate A. Mariyar Puttam obtained his LLB from Government Law College, Pondicherry. He enrolled at the bar in 1980 and began practicing in the Madras High Court. He started practice in the Supreme Court of India in January 1982. He was designated as senior advocate by the Supreme Court of India in 2008. Sir was also the Advocate General for the state of Sikkim and part-time member of the Law Commission of India from 2010. At present, he is in the panel for special engagement at the Supreme Court. He was also the standing counsel for the states of Tamil Nadu and Sikkim and a panel lawyer for IIT Delhi and the Medical Council of India. He was also editor-in-chief for Justice Hidayatullah's book titled Constitutional Law of India. We now invite Sir to kindly address the gathering.
Honorable Mr. Justice Gopal Kavada, Judge Supreme Court of India. Honorable Mr. Justice Banerjee, Judge, Calcutta High Court. Madam Shashikala Gurpur, other dignitaries on the dais, teachers of Symbosis, the enthusiastic participants, and students of this institution. On an occasion like this, it is not to give a detailed, erudite speech on any subject, including the subject on which you have heard quite a lot. You have seen all these people very spiritedly fighting for some rights over an item called Yaksha Kambu, but none of them told you what it is. Even though in the moot court problem it is mentioned it has lots of medicinal properties. In the state where I am the Advocate General, they know what it is. It is available in the higher reaches of Himalayas. And I also did not know earlier what it was and why it is. One day I found my driver in an animated conversation, because he is the General Secretary of the Drivers Association, with another driver. So I asked him what happened. He says one of our drivers was arrested today. So I said, what did you do? He said he had in his possession about 1 kilo of Yaksha Kambu, and then he was arrested. I said, what is wrong with that? He said, no sir, he is not supposed to have it. It is a very rare thing. It is only our senior politicians and the very rich people have it, and they take it in small quantities. Then I asked him, why do they do that? He said, one, it gives good health. Other properties he mentioned, I would not mention it here. And then it gives long life. Then I asked him about the price. So it was running into lakhs. So therefore, instead of fighting here as to who is entitled to the proprietary rights, who is entitled to market it, whether any rights of any one of the parties is affected or not, I would invite all of you to come to Sikkim, search for it in the higher reaches if you can, and find a little and preserve it, so that at this age you won't need it for good health. When you are old, you could use it. Or when old age, you could certainly come to Sikkim. Now, you all these enthusiastic participants, of course I didn't ask them any question because I was thinking of what I am subjected to when I stand up in a court. So I thought, let me spare these youngsters questions. And they are being asked these questions, they enthusiastically answering it. Most of them would have found that they wanted to say so many things, but they were not allowed to say, and the time was very short, they could not put across. Such of you who feel so, and when you start practicing, don't practice in any of the courts where these judges are, come to Sikkim. This is for this reason, we have very limited number of cases, and we have 2 judges, and I was very surprised one day in the corridor, one of my senior colleagues told me, what is wrong with your High Court and judges? So I said, what is wrong? They are very fine people and basically very nice. He said, no, not about that. I said, did they not know the subject? Or that is not that. They never asked you to stop. So I didn't know when to stop the arguments. So it went on and went on till lunchtime until it was not over. And I have to get back, catch a flight and come back in the evening. So it couldn't do it. So therefore, come leisurely to the Sikkim High Court. You can argue and then you can do that. But if you have to put across your point very briefly and you develop the skills, of course, practice either in the Calcutta High Court, and therefore certainly come to the Supreme Court. In 2 minutes they will throw you out of the court. That was the earlier days. These days we have the problem spilling over from Monday to the next day also. All this is not to be taken too seriously because you have already been subjected to series of arguments over a period of time so much. Now only one little thing, last thing I want to mention to you. The way you have structured it is also for organizers, and perhaps all of you should have also protested. A particular time is given to a team or a particular person. Now it is not specifically allocated for what purpose, and we are asked to evaluate you under various parameters. I am sure you would have been told. In future, plus as far as the organizers are concerned and the college is concerned, if you are giving 20 minutes, please allocate very clearly 10 or 15 minutes for the purposes of arguments, and please clearly earmark a particular time for the questioning thereafter, so that each could be questioned. So you will find a situation, somebody has gone on and he has not been subjected to any question, and it's very difficult to evaluate how that person would respond. So that is one aspect that you may keep it in mind. Second thing is you have to suppose whether they understand the facts correctly or not. Invariably, the first speaker starts out with the facts and takes out 5 minutes out of that. So the next speaker will say, my learned friend has already set out the facts, I don't say. So how he has understood the facts is very difficult to evaluate. And as far as the respondent is concerned, he will say all the facts have been stated, he would start off with law. So therefore, you may structure in such a way, if you had, each one has to be evaluated, that all of them are, because fairness is required. And you are in a place where you have a museum for Ambedkar who wrote the constitution, and one of the basic principles of that is Article 14, you should be fair. So even though originally it was differently understood, etc., they said you should be fair. So therefore that you should practice. The last thing is, such of you who were today morning after reading it, I couldn't make much out of it. I said, let me think about it later. Then I went down. What can I do? They said there's a museum of Ambedkar. So you go down and see that. I went there. I was very happy to see it, not for any other reason. We know that he has given the constitution, it is very good. When I went there, I found old vessels which he has been using in his house were also of very sound quality. The steel is still shining. That shows the quality of the person in his household also carries to the constitution. That steel still has the quality. The constitution he has given us also quality with some protection in 1974 from the Supreme Court in Keshavananda Bharati. They said you can't tinker with that. So such of you who have not seen it, please go and see so that you will understand the man and his values. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for those candid and insightful words. Moving on, Advocate Lata Krishnamurthy, ma'am, holds a bachelor's degree in chemistry and later on did her LLB with distinction and topped her constitutional law exams in university. She went on doing a master's degree in the field of international law and constitutional law from the Madras University. Ma'am was part of the Supreme Court Legal Aid panel where she appeared and represented the most excluded sections of the society. She joined Mr. Ram Jethmalani in 1988 and became a partner in 2010. She has extensive experience in both conducting and assisting public interest litigation. She has co-authored papers which were presented in international seminars and is a constant visitor to various such conferences. She has also authored a handbook on Minimum Wages Act for the Indian Institute of Social Sciences. Ma'am is also closely involved in philanthropic works and heads the Ram Jethmalani Foundation and the Manidweep Charitable Trust. We now invite Ma'am to kindly address the gathering.
Thank you very much. Honorable Mr. Justice Gopal Gowda of the Supreme Court of India, Justice A.K. Banerjee of the High Court of Calcutta, my very dear and esteemed friend Mr. R. Muralidharan, who is the driving force behind this whole morning's deliberations and the deliberations that went on the 2 other days when I wasn't here, all of my esteemed friends, and of course Principal Shashikala, who has been an inspiration to all the students of this college. It's been a great pleasure to be with you this morning. Actually, I really wanted to tell you that this is my very first occasion of judging a moot court competition of this kind, and I must say that I was somewhat disappointed with the quality of preparation that was brought to bear on the moot court, and I would have liked you to have prepared this better and to have had more organization in the way you made your presentation. So, as you know, packaging is as important as the content itself. And therefore, I'll urge the participants of this morning to really seriously make extra effort to research all of these problems, even though the subject itself is over and we are going to be announcing the results. When you go back and read each one of these issues, you'll find out how much you have omitted to do. And even the reading of the case itself was not very satisfactory as far as I can say. Now, I don't want to talk about patent or trademark. First of all, I'm not an authority on the subject, but I would like you to say that young lawyers should have a lot of idealism. You should realize that your law education is not just a tool to make money. It should be used in a manner to promote social justice. You all know the preamble of the Constitution, and you know that we want a more egalitarian society. And India, as you know, did not have the kind of social structure that you found in some other places. We also had the additional burden of a caste system that was there. So I would like you to see which are the excluded sections of the society which have been kept out of the race. And I want you to all go back and read this judgment that has been delivered by the Supreme Court of India on Mandal, and then realize in what way, however small it may be, you, not only as a lawyer, but in your own individual capacity, can do things to kind of ensure that there is greater opportunity given to many of these constituencies which have remained silent and which have been completely trampled upon in all these decades. I also want you to improve as lawyers. The most important thing, there was a time in the Roman times, you know, the law hasn't changed very much since the time of Cicero. Now, if you go back to those books and read all of those, you will find, if you read Robert Harris, who's made a lot of books on all of this, they had something called rhetorics as one of their subjects. Now, rhetorics teaches you how to present your case in the most sympathetic light to your client without having to lie or distort the record. That's most important. So please understand that as lawyers, I'm sure you all may think of a career at later stage in politics, in public life. So for all of this, what you really need is to be more articulate, and not articulate just as quoting and being eloquent and quoting from here and there to show off your learning, but in a way to persuade and plead the cause of those who've not had a proper spokesperson. I wish you all the very best of luck in your endeavors as lawyers, as young budding lawyers, and all the very best. It's again a great pleasure to be here today with you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your advice. I'm sure all the future advocates seated here will be benefited from your wise observations. Honorable Justice A.K. Banerjee graduated in science from Scottish Church College, Calcutta in the year 1972. He enrolled as an attorney at law on 17 September 1976 and as an advocate with West Bengal Bar Council, Calcutta on 30th November 1976. He practiced mostly in the original side of Calcutta High Court, especially in corporate laws. His lordship became a judge of the Honorable Calcutta High Court on 15th September 2000. Sir, we are indeed privileged to have you here with us, and I invite you to kindly address the gathering.
Performing what the data? Internet? Very warm good afternoon to you all. It's my proud privilege to share the dais with my Lord Mr. Justice Gopal Gowda, the Judge Supreme Court of India, and the distinguished guests on the dais, the faculty members. I'm really proud to be here, to be in this institution of repute. I am grateful to the invitation extended to me. I am grateful for the hospitality extended to me by Symbosis. Little bit embarrassed too, because we the judges, we are not so accustomed with this kind of hospitality. Thank you, madam. Coming back, addressing students. You are all budding lawyers. I presume you are all budding lawyers. At one point of time, possibly late 90s, it was felt that there are not much enough law schools in our country which could cater the need in future, especially with the advent of globalization. And quote unquote, I do not want to name the person, quote unquote, half-baked lawyers are in the fray. So law school, first set up by the Bar Council of India, if I am not wrong, at Bangalore, and then one after the other with the assistance of the government. Now, most unfortunate part of it, you are getting the best of education. We got the education in our law school. It was more of a theoretical approach. Nowadays, in your semester system in 5 years course, at the beginning of the semester you get study material which is rich with research material. You do not get a thin statute book. You get a rough and ready study material which is a result of a great research done by the faculty. But how are you using? What is your aim in life? Is it to sit for the campus for hefty salary or go for practice? Madam, sir, I tell you, this is the profession, possibly the only profession where you have absolute unpredictable future. You do not know what would happen. At the same time, you would get absolute freedom that you won't get anywhere else. With the advancement of science, the computerization, the doctors, engineers, their scope of work, the area of work is being limited every day. But there cannot be any match with this human computer that is the best use for a lawyer. Please come to court, enroll you as an advocate, and then practice. Coming back to the present problem, there are two sides. One would definitely be the better than the other and would be declared first. But with little bit, kindly don't take me amiss. Speaking for myself, I am not too happy. No one addressed on private international law. There was enough scope for argument. Possibly the mindset, your mindset, I don't blame you. The author has given you a problem. When you go to a court, problem is not marked as IPR problem or contract problem or commercial problem. Problem is a problem. You have to find out the answer. Where from you would get the answer, it is your choice. You may get it from the IPR law, you may get it from the contract law, you may get it from common law, wherever you are. But it is absolutely your choice, your independence, how you place it. I fully endorse what Lata madam said, that little bit more research or little bit more preparation was required, because after all, you are representing your law school. You would go back and you are answerable to them. Don't get discouraged. It is not the end of the day. Life is still there. Study, and then at the end of the day, when you get the registration, come to court, practice. Thank you all. And if there is any NUJ student, kindly tell your VC that so that he would excuse me to skip your executive council meet, for which I could not be there. Thank you. Thank you all. Once again, thanks to Symbosis for the invitation, for the hospitality, for everything. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Honorable Justice V. Gopal Gowda did his BSc from the Mysore University and LLM from the SJRLC Law College in Bangalore in 1975. He enrolled as an advocate in 1975 and started independent practice from 1975 at the Bangalore High Court in diverse matters. He was also a part-time assistant professor at the V.V. Puram Law College as well as the University Law College, Bangalore in 1986 to 1987. His lordship was elevated as an additional judge of the Karnataka High Court in 1997 and became a permanent judge in 1999. He also functioned as the executive chairman of the Karnataka State Legal Services Authority from 2006 to 2010, as also a member of the National Legal Services Authority, New Delhi, from 2009 to 2011. He was sworn in as the Chief Justice of the Odisha High Court in 2010. His lordship was elevated as the Judge of the Supreme Court of India on 24/12/2012. Sir, we are deeply honored to have you here with us and request you to kindly address the students.
Honorable Mr. Justice A.K. Banerjee, Judge, Calcutta High Court, the Director of this reputed educational institution, Dr. Shashikala Gurpur, Senior Advocate, my panel judges, A. Maria Putam, Senior Advocate of Supreme Court of India, Advocate General of Sikkim High Court, where he has invited you to Sikkim. You can all go to Sikkim. Beautiful scenery is available there. I hope you can all be his guests. He will treat you properly. Sister Advocate Lata Krishnamurthy, my another co-panel judge. Dr. Ruchi Tiwari, the Joint Controller, Patent and Design, Mumbai. Advocate Muralidharan and Krishna and Saurastri Associates. Respected faculty members, my loved student friends, invitees, friends, if any, from print media and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen. I am not a short speaker, but I will be a short speaker today in this function because my brother has to leave. And I have to answer to Senior Advocate Maria Putam of 2 minutes or 1 second disposal of the case in the Supreme Court. Otherwise, his speech will be uncontested in my presence, a sitting judge of the Supreme Court. It is a lighter way. Yes, I am also telling lighter way. My dear friends, you are all very fortunate children of this great country. I say you are fortunate because the Symbosis Law University, Law College, which is run by the deemed university under Section 3 of the UGC Act, has given you all infrastructure. Unlike me, Banerjee, Lata Krishnamurthy and Maria Putam, our days, colleges were not like this. Morning college, evening college. I had an occasion as an assistant professor to teach the law students. 25% attendance. But that is not the case in your case. So therefore you are fortunate. You are also fortunate today. The national and international moot court participation, we have no that occasion, except working under a senior for 10 years or 20 years and become an independent lawyer to argue the case. But today, all law students, either second year or fourth year or final year, you are a potential law-making student in the country. I was the Chancellor of National Law School University of Orissa. I tell you, in that university, when I was the Chancellor for 2 years, 9 months, there was a huge demand. 22 states of this great country, students used to come and seek admission and participate in seminars, workshops. The brilliant, genius minds are there in the today law colleges in the country. I am sure if you all decide, as rightly pointed out by my brother Justice Banerjee, if you want to become a lawyer or a law clerk in the corporate office, between two, become a law clerk in a corporate office, you may get easy money, but you will not get charm in the profession. If you become a lawyer of a small class court, up to the apex court, like two seniors who are appearing before us, you will get charm, you will get fame, you will get name, you will get everything on this earth. And you will get liberty, freedom, independence, everything. Choice is with you. I appeal you, you become lawyers. Don't choose to become law clerks in a corporate office for immediate gain. Professor accompanied me in the morning from the airport. He was telling to me, interaction session yesterday, if we ask the students, you would like to prefer to become a lawyer or go and seek employment in the corporate office, majority of the students today are telling, we wanted to opt the latter. Why? You are spending money. You want to make money. You don't want to take risk and chance in life. I tell you, this is a reality. This is what the Supreme Court in Minamal's case says. The judges are the custodian angels of the ongoing realities of the society. The judges are custodian angels of the ongoing realities of the society. What is reality of the society today? As rightly referred to Dr. Ambedkar, he had seen the Ambedkar statue. The Ambedkar, the great architect of the Constitution, a beautiful Bible has given to us the Constitution to govern the people and the Constitution. But governance is taking place or not? If you ask the question, it is $1 million question. I don't want to go into that area today. I don't have time. So therefore, my dear friends, governance of this country is at the behest of the lawyers and the judiciary today. Otherwise, rule of law is not there in this country. Please remember this. And millions of the people are looking towards us. Empowerment of women, development of the weaker section of society, renders justice social and economic and political to the millions of the people. Millions of the people who do not have the right of residence. Right of residence is a fundamental right. No houses. Lakhs of people, farmers are committing suicide for non-discharge of their debt. Starvation deaths are taking place in the country where egalitarian society set up the word, the phrase socialist, democratic republic, secular India, equality article 14, equal opportunity and equal protection of laws envisaged in the part 3 and part 4. This is a reality. So therefore, millions and millions of the people are looking towards us. Should we address these problems or not? If you become lawyers, you can become good judges. We can't bring the judges from the heaven. Today, either a good lawyer, a senior lawyer, or advocate general, attorney general, additional solicitor general, or a judge of a civil judge, or the Supreme Court judge, or the Chief Justices of the various high courts and the Chief Justice of India, it is from among the lawyers alone. So therefore, you have all got the future, great future. Lakhs of lawyers cannot become all judges, need not become all judges. But lakhs of lawyers can take the country to a great heights. It is the Indian Supreme Court which is responsible to protect the human rights and the part 3 rights, the fundamental rights of this great country. It is a history, it is a matter of record. We may be dismissing 1 second or 2 second writ petitions on Monday and Friday, even on Tuesday also as rightly as observed, but with all seriousness, responsibility, reading the files for 12 hours of 70 or 60 after understanding 3 courts judgments, we will 1 second, 2 seconds, otherwise 70 files it cannot now. The court is fully overcrowded because rejection of the bail application, rejection of the anticipatory bail, and after the second appeal and the third appeal in the income tax, the appeals and the special petitions are coming up. Should we allow it? Should we look into the matters of this nature? So therefore, if 1 second or 2 seconds or 1 minute or 2 minutes, not arbitrarily we do it, with reason we do it, with all seriousness we'll do it, with all concern we do it. So therefore, even if you have said lighter way, this is my answer, being the sitting judge of the Supreme Court. So my dear friends, there are a lot of avenues for young members of the bar. Today, you can serve the people. You can be a family legal advisor. There is a violation of rule of law. I cannot explain. On violation of rule of law, I can give a talk for hours together on each aspect. For want of time, I don't want to go into details. And the lawyers are the defenders and protectors of the rule of law. You are the custodians and guardians of the Constitution. The beautiful Bible, which is given by great architect, was the chairman of the Constitution Drafting Committee, headed by great jurists of this country. Yes, beautifully drafted, and it is being implemented, requires to be implemented, required to be governed, the people of this country. That you are required to take the reins of power. You are going to become, it is this country, the prime ministers of prime ministers and the presidents of the presidents, it is the lawyers alone who have become the presidents and the prime ministers and law ministers of this country. It is the lawyers who have got great opportunity, great future. Please remember this. Don't go into the limited area of becoming a law clerk in a corporate office where you take out a print and look into it, approve it, and look into the draft, the notes, and approve it. It will not give satisfaction. If you save a woman from outrageous acts of the uncivilized, barbaric people, you will get solace and you will get the great satisfaction. That's how you can serve the country. If the millions of the people are on account of the climatic conditions, maybe winter or maybe summer, people are dying. If you can prevent as lawyer, as said, the public interest litigation Lata Krishnamurti was doing, he said, you can take up the cause of the common man. The common man is a symbol in front of your institution. You fight for the common man of this country. You fight for the women rights of this country to emancipate them as they have been exploited from ages. You are required to protect the millions and millions of the people who have been exploited. Despite not only under the Constitution, during the monarch rule, they had their natural rights. The fundamental rights are not given as a magic in the Constitution. Every system, either a capitalist system or a imperial system or a socialist system or a monarch rule, the rights of the people are very much there. Therefore, you are required choose between to serve the common man. If you serve the common man, there will be a welfare of the people, large number of people. They will get the due share, they will get the due right of residence, they will get the clothing, they will get their potential public employment or a private employment. There is no difference between public and private employment today in the present scenario. So therefore, I request you all take up the profession seriously, work for them, see the progress. If the rural India consists of 74% of the population, out of which 56% of the small landholders, remaining 28% of the agricultural laborers, if you want to make them, by giving equal status and equal opportunity and the material resource as contemplated in Article 39B of the Constitution, the directive principles of state policy, to be given to that section of society, it is the lawyers and the courts and the judges alone can do justice to them. I hope and trust you do that. Rightly, my brother Justice Banerjee has said, and Krishnamurti's views have been reiterated. I am also reiterating the views, but I don't want to disappoint you. But these are all the constructive criticism for the future students to prepare the briefs properly, for which the faculty members must take in charge. I request the director to put the faculty members who prepare, not only from this institution, any other institution for that matter. The faculty members must also study and take the assistance of the lawyers, take the assistance of the jurors to prepare yourself to excel well and to show to the whole world that you are second to none in the country, in the world. Thank you very much for having given me this great opportunity. I must give my special thanks to Director. Because of her persuasion only I am today here. Otherwise, I had refused to come here because I had previous commitment. Despite my commitment, because of her persuasion, she spoke in Kannada, not that because she spoke in Kannada, because of love and affection towards my young members of the bar. If I see you, if I address you, I will get more energy to work more for the countrymen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for those enlightening and thought-provoking words. And now the moment we all have been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen, declaration of results. Advocate R. Muralidharan is an advocate and patent attorney associated with Krishna and Sarastri law firm with the Bangalore branch. Sir has also been closely associated with the organization of all the editions of the B. Krishna Memorial Moots. I now request Sir to kindly come forward and declare the results, starting with the declaration of certificates for participation.
Thank you, friends. Good to be all here. And I don't really intend taking much of my time, more so Honorable Judge will have to catch his flight. Now, first, I am going to read out the names of the colleges in alphabetical order, and they will come and collect the certificates from the person whom I mentioned. I am sure you know all of them who are right here. Amity Law School, Delhi, participation certificate to be given by Madam Sashikala Gurpur. They are not there? Okay, good. Good. And the next team can also be there. That's again an Amity Law School. Good, we are happy to have 2 Amity Law Schools from Noida this time. Again from Madam Gurpur. They are here? Okay. Let me call the next school, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar College of Law, Nagpur. Participation certificate, Dr. Gurpur. Bharatiya Vidyapith Law College, Pune. Damodaram Sanjeevaya National Law University, Visakhapatnam. G.R. Kare Law College, participation certificate. Government Law College, Mumbai. Rajiv Gandhi School of Intellectual Property Law, IIT Kharagpur. Thank you, Madam Gurpur. You can take your seat. Now I request my friend, colleague and partner, Manish Saurashtra, to distribute the certificate first to ILS Law College, Pune. KIT School of Law, Bhubaneswar. National Law University, Delhi. Nirma University, Ahmedabad. NLSIU, Bangalore. SVKM Praveen Gandhi School of Law, Mumbai. Aran Patel Ipkowala School of Law and Justice. School of Law and Justice, yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Manish. Have your seat, please, back. Ram Manohar Lohia, National Law University, Lucknow. I request Dr. Bindu Ronald, Deputy Director, Symbosis School of Law, to distribute the certificate. Symbosis Law School, Noida. Very good. Appropriate. One symbiosis gives it to the other. And Symbosis School of Law, along with Jindal Global Law School, made it to the semi-finalists. Give both of them a big hand, actually. It's written here. They didn't get it. Okay, it's written here. Can you just call them out? Okay. I'm sorry, Jindal Global Law School, Sonapet. They are the other semi-finalists. Please do come up. They're not here? Okay, don't worry. I'm sure that Pune has a lot of other interesting things. Okay, good. Tamil Nadu National Law School. Madam Bindu Renault, please stay for some more time. And the next team in line, University Law College, Jaipur, 5-year course. University of Petroleum Energy Studies, Dehradun. MMM Shankar Rao Chavan Law College, Pune. Christ Law College, Bangalore. National Law University, Odisha, which was founded at the instance of our beloved chief guest today. And I'm sure he must be happy to see you coming and receiving. Happy, sir. Stand corrected. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you, Madam Bindu. Now, you must know it is a competition. Everybody cannot win. Some win, some loses. Whether we win or lose, we respect the verdict of judges. As a lawyer, we are bound to do that. With that, I say, Ritvik Kulkarni, we have designated him as the second best advocate. Earlier we used to have best male advocate, best female advocate. I thought it is a very bad practice actually. So I request my good friend Lata to distribute the prize to the second best advocate. Best is best. Doesn't matter whether you are second or first, right? And he is from ILS College, Pune. Give him a big hand. Thank you, Lata. Akshay Parsarathi, National Law University, Delhi. I request Mr. Mariarpudam, Senior Advocate, to give away the prize. Oh, I'm sorry, Akshaya Parsarathi. Sorry about it yet. So we are very happy that we are not having the male and female advocate award. We call it first and second actually. Akshaya, sorry about it. Now, the best memorial prize goes to Rajiv Gandhi School of Intellectual Property Law, IIT Kharagpur. And I request Dr. Ruchi Tiwari to give the prize to the best memorialist of the competition. we could probably consider appointing them as examiners, madam. They have the requisite qualifications. And do take government jobs. It's important. Okay. Congratulations. Thank you, Madam Tiwari. You can take your seat. Now, I must really say that we are very gratified. I'm definitely not going to give a speech. I know that. We are very gratified to know that many rural law colleges participate in our patent moot court competition. That's gratification number 1. Gratification number 2. The results were not on expected lines. You know, wherever we go, we always find a national law school coming first, right? And this time, of course, Akshaya had done her college proud, actually. That's nice. But now you find winners and runners emerging from one of the non-national law schools. I think that's a very nice sign that I look as a law teacher in the country, actually. Okay. Now, Damodaram Sanjeevaya National Law University, Visakhapatnam. Runners up. I call upon the participants, Puranam Raghuveer, Alap Thomas Alex, Prasanna Swaminathan. All men team, huh? That's nice. Okay. And I request Honorable Justice A.K. Banerjee to give them the prize. And finally, icing on the cake. No prize for guessing here. The only team left out is Rajiv Gandhi School of Law, Intellectual Property, IIT Kharagpur. And I request Honorable Justice Gopala Gowda to give away the prize. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. My very special thanks to the volunteers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, our esteemed dignitaries. I now request Dr. Bindu Ronald to kindly propose the vote of thanks.
Symbosis Law School Pune is proud to be associated with organizing the 6th B. Krishna Memorial Moot Court Competition. Recognizing the importance of moot, we consider this as a platform for growth and learning, a platform where students from across the country learn the skills of research and writing, communication, teamwork, and time management. Honorable dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, for this valedictory function, participants of the 6th B. Krishna Memorial IPR Moot Court Competition, and other members of this august gathering, it is my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion. I must mention our deep sense of gratitude for Honorable Justice V. Gopalagowda, Justice, Supreme Court of India, for gracing this valedictory function and also earlier judging the final rounds. We are indeed indebted to you, sir, for being with us today and also for sharing your thoughts with us. Your presence here and your words of wisdom have been motivational to everyone gathered here today. I also express our gratitude to Honorable Justice Banerjee, Judge, Calcutta High Court, for accepting our invitation to be part of this moot court competition today. He had to rush for his flight, but I thank him for his remarkable words of motivation and strength. I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Ruchi Tewari, Controller, Joint Controller, Patent and Design, Mumbai. Your presence here has definitely contributed to the wisdom in judging the best performers for this IPR moot. We also appreciate the wonderful words that you shared with all of us here at the valedictory function. A big thank you to Advocate Lata Krishnamurthy, Partner Ram Jethmalani Chambers, and Senior Advocate Supreme Court of India for being with us here today and sharing with us the inspirational thought and advice for the young budding lawyers. We are grateful to Advocate A. Mariyarputtam, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India, for accepting our invitation to this function today. We also thank you, sir, for your thoughts which you've shared with us today. It has been our pleasure to be associated with Krishna and Saurashtri Associates for the last 3 years now for this IPR moot. It is indeed a pleasure to also have amongst us Mr. Manish Saurashtri, Partner Krishna and Saurashtri Associates. Thank you, sir, for being with us and giving us this opportunity to host this moot court competition once again. I also put on record the support and contributions of Advocate Muralidharan for this moot competition. I thank all the judges who judged our various rounds, the preliminary rounds, the quarterfinals, and semifinals. All of you helped us in selecting the best team at this moot court competition. I also thank the members of the press present here today. Our special thanks and appreciation for the Symbosis management for their support in every event organized at Symbosis Law School, Pune. Padma Bhushan, Dr. S.B. Majumdar, sir, and Dr. Vidya Yaravdekar, Principal Director, Symbosis, have nurtured Symbosis. Though they could not be present here for this valedictory function, their support and encouragement have always taken us forward on the path of excellence. Dr. Shashikala Gurpur, Director, Symbosis Law School, Pune, is the force and energy behind the activities at the law school. She inspires us with her dynamism and passion for excellence in legal education. Ma'am, for your very valuable guidance and support and involvement in organizing this moot, I thank you. The success of this competition has been the participation from the various teams, from the various law institutions from across the country. We are indeed very happy that all of you came to Pune to participate in this competition and gave us an opportunity to host you for the last 2 days. Symbosis Law School, Pune hopes that you had a pleasant stay here. Our team goes back, one team goes back with the gleaming trophy. Many others go back with other laurels that they have won in this competition. But each one of you are going back enriched with experiences that are going to strengthen you as lawyers tomorrow. We at Symbosis Law School, Pune are happy to be part of that endeavor to build your personalities and groom your skills. No event can be organized without the careful planning and meticulous execution. The wheels start rolling months in advance. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated colleagues of Symbosis Law School, Pune. Our Moot Court Association, under the very able guidance of Dr. Shashikant Hazare, have been working for weeks to ensure that this competition went smoothly and to perfection. We record our appreciation for all the efforts taken by him and his team of students with the support of faculty, staff, EMC and disciplinary committee team. A special mention of the Moot Court Association student team that has been working for months now. A big thank you to Varun Tripathi, Nitin Patil, Gayatri Pradhan, Pranav Menon, Somesh Srivastav, Dhruv Joshi, Niyati Narayan, Vadindra Joshi, Tanvi Khare, Priyanka Arora, Prakhar Tripathi, and Chandralekha for all the hard work that they have put in. As we conclude, we hope that each one of you present here will remain associated with us. We hope friendships are formed among students and great relationships forged between participating law school. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंग तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे जय जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
While the dignitaries leave the dais, I request all of you to remain seated.